Hey viewers, welcome to another edition of Game Analysis, and once again we are doing Vladimir's laning phase, and this time he is once again played by HotshotGG. Oh, let me turn off the game sounds, because that wasn't really the intention. So he is going top lane again, but for the rest I haven't seen the game yet. Well, I've seen the game at some point, but I don't really remember it. I have multiple hotshot games, so I will be doing hotshot games every now and then. But yeah, we will see some other people playing as well. Already have Big Fat GG and Chowster, or Chauster, however you want to pronounce that. They are going for the level 1 fight here, and actually do catch Nunu, which is, well, funny, because Nunu, yeah, shouldn't be alone in his jungle. They're not going to get him, but they may actually be able to take the blue. I'm not sure if they want to, but it depends on the first skill that Double Lift has, as Blitzcrank. No, they don't want to take the blue. Taking the blue at level 1 would, yeah, be a reasonably big deal for Nunu. It is not entirely super duper bad, but still. Hotshot just standing around here, assuming that Nunu will go for the red first, but maybe just checking whether Nunu is going for the red first. This is old jungle, so yeah, the jungle patterns were kind of standard. If you couldn't go for blue because the enemy took it, then you would go for the red. And because he's not going for red first, he is going for blue first, which means that Hotshot has no danger of Nunu ganking him, and therefore he is just pushing this lane. Oh, taking 2 free tower shots. That was so bad. Anyway, Gangplank will have to do, well, a very good job of last hitting here, and yeah, couldn't really manage that level 1. And yeah, that's because this is just game sense. Knowing that the Nunu was at his blue means that he is not going to get ganked, and therefore he can push all he wants. So yeah, he has to be really quick here to get out of this, because he is still level 1 and he is going to escape. But that was really risky to do, pushing that much. Gangplank reaching level 2, I think, and completely owning Hotshot there. Yeah, he reached level 2, and at least I think he did. I'm not actually sure. Let's watch that back. Hang on. Yeah, so he is already level 2. I don't know what causes him to be level 2 when Hotshot isn't, but you can see that probably the yeah, we're a little bit ahead now, about 20 seconds. What's it called? Mastery, that gives you a little bit more XP. That's probably the difference between the two. Because they got an equal amount of minions, Nunu is not going to be able to do anything here. There is no pull on Hotshot this time. We saw him take pull at level 2, and that would have been a good choice here, because he was pushing his lane, but wanted to be very aggressive this game, and paid for it in this gank. Because with pull, he could just walk out of the brush, used his pull, and gotten about 3/4 to his turret without anyone able to chase him, because the pull slows enemies and speeds you up. So it would have been a good way to avoid this damage. But yeah, he is still alive, so it's all good, and he's going to heal up with the Q. He's also still pushing the lane. He's 1 level behind Gangplank now, He has been ever since he got pushed out of the lane really early on. And yeah, he is probably going to lose this lane if he doesn't get a gank. The moment he gets a gank, obviously all will be good again, because he will get minions that Gangplank doesn't get if they manage to either kill him or push him out of the lane. But yeah, we will have to see how that goes. So yeah, Gangplank really not able to stand between or near the minions, so he has to farm with his Q, which is not what you want to do generally. Q is for harassing your opponent, and yeah, against Vladimir that would really work out well, because normally Vladimir should lose to Gangplank because of the way everything works. Also, yeah, this is old Gangplank, so he still has a healing debuff on his basic attacks as well as his Q. So well placed ward there by Vladimir, allowing him to see Nunu coming, and Nunu is just going to have to back off. Nunu is probably invading their jungle or going to mid, because at least I didn't see him walk through the ward. And he could also just have recalled. It all depends on what he did in the jungle, and yeah, all in all, his ward just timed out, but the ward saved him twice there. And he is getting ganked quite a lot, so he will die at some point. I'm pretty sure of it. Because yeah, it's really hard to stay alive when someone is camping your lane like this, and you want to keep up the farm. Not sure how he's doing now. I can actually bring up the screen. Yeah, here it goes. Let me... Oh, by the way, for those of you who didn't understand that, this is an actual video. This is not LOL replay. Otherwise you wouldn't see him clicking all the time. And you wouldn't be able to see my mouse. And I'm sure you can see my mouse. At least you should be able to. So he is at 27, where Shen is at 46. So he missed a lot of minions there. Twisted Fate also at 50, and his direct opponent, Gangplank, at 28. So they're equal. They're also now, I think, equal in level. But to be honest, I'm not actually sure. Yeah, by the time he comes back, that is. I mean, Gangplank already level 6, so he will be ahead in level a little bit, because he has this these masteries that that give you additional experience. But yeah, the additional experience really only comes in handy at levels 1, so when you level up from 1 to 2, because then you can do what this Gangplank did and go really aggressive on your enemy if you choose the right, or if you have the right champion and the right skills leveled up. Shaco getting first blood there, and nothing else happening. Okay. They come in handy at level 5 again, because leveling up from 5 to 6 is for most champions a big deal. Because if you can use your ultimate and your opponent cannot, that is really big. And then level 10 to 11, they're kind of useful again, because you get level 2 ultimate and your opponent does not. And for some champions that is a big deal. For most champions, however, yeah, not enough to actually kill your laning opponent by that time. And then all of the other levels, really, it's very minor. So although you still get boost from it, obviously you still get something out of it, but it's just not as big of a deal. From levels 1 to 2, that's the biggest deal, because if you have 2 skills and your opponent only has 1, especially if you have like a slow plus a damage skill or 2 damage skills, That is a really, really big deal. Shaco going for dragon there. And yeah, well. By the way, getting cooldown boots on Vladimir here, and they lose dragon to the enemy. Yeah, there's no. He should have pink warded that, obviously. He got out okay, but he gave away a free dragon to the enemy. It is really good thing to do. It's a very sneaky dragon with Shaco, because you can jump over the back wall, get the dragon with your ultimate, and then deceive back over the back wall again. And nobody will be the wiser, but you need to pink ward it, because if the enemy can see you doing it, yeah, you cannot really do it sneakily at all. Anyhow, yeah, his ward timed out, and he is just pushing the lane, pushing the lane, pushing the lane all the time, since, yeah, that's what he needs to do. He needs to get the last hits as quickly as possible and make sure that he can push his turrets and, yeah, make it so that this Gangplank loses the minions. So a nice dodge of the stun there, but it's not good enough. The Tree Eskimo actually killing him. Tree Eskimo is the guy that did the commentaries for Kiev, I think it was. No, it's not Kiev. Well, for the last tournament of season 1, because there you have that yeah, the little guy. You have like an older guy and a very small young guy, and that's Tree Eskimo. He didn't get to play in the tournament, so he decided to comment on it with some Riot employees. Anyhow, yeah, he got killed there. I don't think he could have actually escaped. I will look at that in the end. But yeah, since there were 3 champions there, I don't really think he could have escaped. So yeah, not too big of a deal. It's just that if you have 3 champions in top lane, one of the other lanes needs to kill a turret or get dragon, but dragon is most probably gone. Although we still haven't seen it actually been whether or not it has actually been taken. But yeah, we can be pretty sure of that. And he is losing quite a few last hits here. Not something we see Hotshot do normally. But yeah, as you can see, he is pushing all the time. Even though he is staying back quite far, he is he's standing behind his minions all the time, because Gangplank, of course, is a melee champion. So by staying behind his own minions, so kind of the place he took in the previous match as well, by staying behind his own minions, he's away from the actual, well, damage, because Gangplank has to run in to get last hits, or last hit with his Q, which is fine as well, because he cannot do that a whole lot, plus he cannot harass with his Q then. And are they going to... yeah, he's not going to be able to come in here in time. Blitzcrank stealing the kill there. And dragon is apparently up. And that's the end of the game. But yeah, we'll go back to see what the end score was there. I want to see that one fight where he died. He just died here, so there we go. So he has been pushing all game. He has a ward out, but it's not in the greatest spot ever. The previous one was way better. So first of all, we see this Twisted Fate coming in, and he can do three things. He can run into this bush, escape through there. He can run into this part and escape through there, or he can run back through the lane, and once he runs back to the lane he can choose to go through river or directly back to his turret. So he decides to, as we saw, run back through the lane. Oh, hang on, he did have gold card up. Yeah, so he does throw the gold card, but for some reason it's still here, and I'm not sure if that's still the case, because this was an excellent dodge of the gold card, and I'm not sure if when it doesn't land it still stays there, so you can still pick the same card or have the same card up, because yeah, well, TF is flashing here, even though that really wasn't necessary, and then stunning, yeah, and the stun kind of kills him, because yeah, he doesn't have a flash up, so he cannot really get out of that anyway. Don't even know if he had flash. The summoner spells were ghosts and ignite, but yeah, he couldn't have escaped that in any case. So TF coming in. Maybe, I don't know where the third champion is coming from, so he's coming from here, and that makes that Hotshot had, yeah, as I said, he had 3 chances or 3 options. This one didn't work. He tried that, so through the lane trying to get to his turret didn't work. Going into the enemy jungle really wouldn't have worked either, because Nunu was here somewhere. I mean, he was close by at least. So he could have ran to these bushes, at least being untargetable for Twisted Fate for a little bit. Yes, fourth option, by the way, which I didn't even think of, was just to try to kill Gangplank here. Because this guy is way off the mark. He is a long way away. He could just use Alt-E-Q on Gangplank, use his pull through the turrets, and ignite, of course, use his pull through the turrets and get killed by Gangplank, but then not giving away an assisted kill, but an unassisted kill, and maybe even getting a Gangplank. I think he would have been able to kill him, but because this does a lot of damage. The E into Q into ignite, or ignite into E into Q, I don't know, with the ultimate up, because you always start with the ultimate, then going the pull through the Gangplank, I think that would have killed him, but I'm not actually sure. And yeah, definitely there wouldn't have been an assist on the kill, but yeah, Hotshot's not someone who likes to die or likes to suicide. But that might have been an option there. Let's see whether he pulls up any of the screens in the end. Nope. Not actually right in the end, so probably did one just when he died. Yeah, I don't know. There it is. Let me try to get it, because he always pulls it up for such a short amount of time that they're really hard to freeze. I think it was before this one. Of course I can't find it now. So this is after he died, and come on guys. He normally pulls one up after every minion he kills, and now all of a sudden he doesn't. Come on, come on, come on. Aren't you curious what your score is? No, he's too busy harassing to see that, or to pull up the screen. There it is. Now come on! Oh, stupid mouse. Oh, I hate myself. Now he's going to pull it up twice. Oh my god! I missed it twice. Come on, there we go. Vladimir at 63, it seems. Yeah, with the Shen at 86, so he really missed quite a few. And Gangplank at 53, so he did prevent about 10 minions, which is a big deal. I mean, it's 20% of all the minions that he did get. Compared to the Shen, however, or the Twisted Fate, it's a lot more. Twisted Fate is at 90, so he prevented about 40 minions, whereas Gangplank prevented about 30 minions. So yeah, he did an okay job. He was a lot more aggressive this game than against the Morgana, because he knew that if he pushed really early on, he would get the advantage eventually. Unfortunately, with the Gangplank masteries, he couldn't really be as aggressive because he had this level 2 advantage, so he was pushed right out of the lane immediately after Gangplank went to level 2. He had to heal, and from then on he was like a level behind. At this moment he is level 8, where Gangplank is level 10, as you can see. And although it's only a small difference in the beginning, it can spiral out of control, and in this case, because he got killed, because he got pushed out of the lane at level 1, because he was still level 1, with Gangplank's level 2, he came in, Gangplank was level 3, he was still level 1, he immediately leveled to level 2, but still he was a level behind, and now he's 2 levels behind. So in the end, I think it's pretty equal. It's just unfortunate that this Gangplank got so much assistance from the jungler, as well as, yeah, just in general had better rune setup for this particular matchup. No, not runes, mastery setup. But all in all, I think we saw a different playstyle. No mistakes this time, no real mistakes anyway. Because the only time he died, yeah, I think he could have been more aggressive, but I don't think anyone would have spotted the fact that he probably could have killed the Gangplank there if they played this game. I mean, yeah, behind the fact, it is kind of easy to analyze that he might have been able to do that, because we know he was going to die anyway if he retreated. But the safer way to do it, or the better way to do it, would be to retreat and to make Twisted Fate lose time in his lane and things like that. But yeah, he would have gotten 300 gold for that. He wouldn't have given away an assisted kill. Yeah, I think that was the best option, but it's definitely not the best option in most cases. Anyway, hope you enjoyed. I'll see you next time. GG.